Everyone, welcome to another trip report. Today we're flying from Los Angeles to Rome Fiumicino via Frankfurt on Lufthansa. We'll be on one of their 747-8Is as well as an A320. So welcome to LAX. Here we're at Tom Bradley's International Terminal where we're checking in for a flight. Using the line for Star Alliance Gold, check-in was fairly smooth and easy. After checking in, we then made our way up to security. It's great. LAX now has TSA Pre at Tom Bradley's International Terminal, which certainly expedites the process. And this is a fairly new development. I'm pretty sure it either came into place in 2021 or 2022 during COVID. But they also have clear here, as you can see. So nonetheless, they give you kind of like a little card, and then you go through the security line fairly quickly. So after security, we made our way up to the Star Alliance Lounge. This is my first time using the Star Alliance Lounge here at Tom Bradley, so I was very excited to use it. It's won all sorts of awards from Skytrax, and I know we all take Skytrax with a grain of salt, but nonetheless, it is quite possibly one of the nicest lounges that I've used, definitely up there with the KrisFlyer lounge that I've used in Singapore's Changi Airport. But as you can see here, here's the entrance of the lounge. It is very nice. It was fairly crowded, but not too bad. You could definitely find a place to sit and relax if you wanted to. And it's definitely above all of Tom Bradley, as you can see here. So you kind of get a nice view of the terminal and the architecture of it. So here at the lounge, they have various food options. You have everything from kind of hot and cold food to as well as grab-and-go things such as fruit and granola bars, as you just saw. They had kind of a little pasta bar here, as well as some sandwiches, salad, and then they had an area that you will see pretty soon that contains Asian-style dishes, such as you can make yourself like a type of curry or kind of like a pho type of soup. So it was kind of a thing that you can make your own creation, so that was quite good. They had all sorts of alcohols, sodas, all types of drinks, coffee, tea. They had basically anything that you could want in a lounge. And so here's a picture of the fridges with all the beer selection that they had. And then also here, this next photo is a photo of the bar. It was kind of hard to get video of it because it was kind of busy. But overall, just kind of various stations throughout the lounge, which is kind of nice so people don't crowd around all one area. Here you can see they had like some cheese and crackers, and that was actually really good. And so they also have this very nice outdoor area that you could sit in. It has great views of runways 24 right and 24 left. And you'll see in a clip coming up here that I was actually able to get a view of our Boeing 747-8 landing on runway 24 right here at LAX. Alright, so after the 747-8I landed, I brought out all the food that I ate. So first I started with some sandwiches, as well as some of the salad, and it was very good. Then I tried one of the Asian soups there. I'm pretty sure I got like it was like a Thai lemongrass type broth, and you were able to add in a bunch of different sides, and that was quite good. Then I got some chicken and rice, and that was actually very good. I really liked it. And then I tried one of their other beers that they had along with that little cheese plate that you could see there on the left. So the food options are really good, and boy, this outdoor area is actually very nice. Here's just kind of the view from, that's where you walk in down there. So overall, really the Star Alliance Lounge is super nice here at LAX. I highly recommend it to anybody transiting through or who has, the ability to use it. So after eating and hanging out, I just took in a few more of the views here at the lounge before we made our way down to our gate. This area here is actually very nice, overlooking the terminal, and then here is just another view of the entrance. And so it was just a great experience, and I look forward to using it again. So once we were down at the gate area, I do what I usually do at airports. I walk around, get a view of the ramp, view of the big heavies that are at the gates. So there was an Air New Zealand Boeing 777-300ER that had come in from Auckland, as well as the Qatar Airways A350-1000 that was going to depart for Doha pretty soon. Then we made our way over towards our gate. Like I mentioned earlier, the architecture here at Tom Bradley is beautiful. As you can see, it's very open, very spacious. It doesn't feel like it's very crowded, even though there are lots of people there, which I think is nice compared to other airports in the world. And so we were making our way over to gate 152, if I recall correctly. So before taking a look at our Boeing 747-8I, I just wanted to get a look at this Singapore Airlines Boeing 777-300ER that had landed from Tokyo Narita. And then finally, here's our beautiful Boeing 747-8I. The registration number of this plane is D-ABYS, and it is a 2015 build 747-8I, and so it makes it roughly 8 years old here at the time of capture. So after a fairly quick and easy boarding process at Tom Bradley, they now have biometric boarding, which makes things a little bit faster. We made our way over to our seat. Today we were sitting in seat 29K. What was waiting for us was a nice blanket and a nice pillow. Both of them were quite nice, quite fluffy, and the pillow was definitely had a little bit of substance to it, as well as the blanket. So it definitely was better than what is offered on a lot of other carriers. The IFE is a little bit old. Lufthansa hasn't really retrofitted their 747-8Is except for adding like a premium economy section, since they still have an old economy and they still have an old business class. In terms of the seat, Lufthansa has an adjustable headrest as well as a remote in the armrest, which makes it kind of annoying because you hit it a lot inadvertently when you're not trying to. But nonetheless, the seat was quite comfortable. A fellow Lufthansa A350-200 pulled in here at the gate next to us after arriving from a roughly 11-hour flight from Munich. We then had a safety video, and then also just wanted to show the tray table here. I love that they have a cup holder in front for when it's closed, as well as a tray table that can fold in half. I know a lot of different airlines have varying tray tables. After a relatively normal taxi here at LAX, we then had a very powerful takeoff from runway 24 left, bound for Frankfurt. So after about 20 minutes into the flight, we were flying north, kind of a northeast over the Sierra Nevada mountains in central California. And just, I wanted to show you guys the stunning views of all the snow-capped mountains that we had. Southern California had record amounts of rain and snow this year. And so back when this was filmed in April, you could just tell the extent of all the snow that was left in the mountains, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So we had a relatively northern heading. We were going initially over northern and central California, and then we eventually cut over kind of northwestern Nevada before we started heading towards more towards Europe. So prior to the meal service, Lufthansa came around with a drink as well as a little snack, and it was just some little crackers. After having this, we were kind of over northwestern Nevada, as I mentioned previously, and then shortly after getting some stunning views over northwestern Nevada, they came around with their meal service. So Lufthansa is now back to offering 2 meals on flights. Today there was either a pasta option or a chicken option. I chose a chicken and rice. It came with a little kind of that orangey salad there, a brownie, a bread roll, and some crackers and some cheese. I gotta say that the meal was actually quite good. It was a substantial piece of chicken, which was nice, and so kind of nice to see that Lufthansa is definitely bringing back meal options and having, I would say, better meals than they've had in the last couple years. So shortly after eating, I just wanted to give you guys a sense of where we were. You could tell on the map there that we kind of had a northern heading, then that we were over kind of north central Canada right there, making our way to Europe. And then after getting about 4 to 5 hours of sleep, I woke up and we were just off the coast of Northern Ireland, and we had definitely some stunning views that you'll see coming up. So prior to having the pre-landing breakfast, Lufthansa came around with a hot towel, which was nice. And then as I was looking at the window, I noticed that there was a pretty large plane up in the air, and I looked and I could tell after zooming in on the video quite a while that it was actually a Qatar Airways A350-1000. And actually, once we landed at Frankfurt Airport, I pulled out Flight Radar 24, and I found that it was actually the Qatar Airways A350-1000 that was LAX flying from Los Angeles to Doha. So that's kind of pretty cool. Then they came around with a pre-arrival snack, I would say. Really, it was supposed to be a breakfast, but it was a little egg salad sandwich, a granola bar, and a fruit cup. And so it was okay, and they came around with the drink service. I wish Lufthansa would bring back more substantial meals prior to landing, and then they also came around with their famous chocolate as usual. After the meal, and then after our descent, we landed on runway 25 left here at Frankfurt. So after deplaning, we then had actually a pretty lengthy layover here in Frankfurt that allowed us even to go into the city. Once we were back from visiting Frankfurt a little bit, we were back at the airport, and after being post security here, we were able to get some more views of the tarmac, including that Lufthansa A320 and that Lufthansa 747-8. We decided to also use a business class lounge here, and my first impressions of the lounge were that it was actually pretty nice. I would say pretty standard in a way. These are down by the A gates. I know that they have a nicer lounge up towards the Z gates at Frankfurt Airport. So they had kind of a nice entryway there, along with like kind of a coffee bar and a bar to the right over here. And then if you walk a little bit further, they had kind of an area with food options. As you can see here, lots of hot food options. They had definitely like a little salad bar right there. And they had various drinks, coffee, Coca-Cola, and then also various baked goods, like you can see, bagels, pretzels there, other different types of breads. So the food options was actually quite good. I just got a pretzel and I got a water eventually, but I just wanted to show you guys everything that they have here. So this lounge has a great view of the tarmac and the runways. So that's runway 25 left, way down in the distance, as well as 25C, which is closer to us. You can see this Lufthansa Boeing 747-8 being tugged from the gate right there, as well as a Thai Airways Boeing 777-300ER right here that is taxiing for departure to Bangkok. So overall, this lounge has phenomenal views of the tarmac and the taxiways, so I definitely recommend that. So after leaving the lounge, we made our way out to gate A1 at the opposite end of the concourse for boarding our flight LH236 to Rome Fiumicino. Today we were on a 2010 build Lufthansa A320 and the registration number was D-AIZE. So after a quick boarding, we were sitting in 8F, and then we taxied out to runway 18 here at Frankfurt. After a nice takeoff, we then, actually I fell asleep, and then we shortly thereafter, about a little less than 2 hours, we landed at Rome's Fiumicino Airport on runway 16 left. So after a nice landing here at runway 16 left here at Rome's Fiumicino Airport, we taxied our way over to Terminal 1. Terminal 1 here at Fiumicino is new and it is very nice, so I recommend everybody check it out. It's a beautiful, new, airy, spacious terminal. But most of all, I want to thank you guys for watching this trip report. I have many more coming up, so please like and subscribe to my videos, and please leave me some feedback in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you very much.
Sehr geehrte Gäste.